You're already recording?
Yeah, but I'm chewing.
Okay, here's my clap. No, God, don't ruin it. Gets out of sync.
I nailed it again.
Welcome to Due to Underwhelming Demand.
I just swore.
Oh, did you?
You can't start when I'm swearing.
I didn't
What did
even
you say?
hear you.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Can I start now?
Oh my gosh, I have a story about my kids swearing. Terrible. But it's funny. Anyway,
That's
go ahead.
next week.
Next week.
Next week. Heads up.
Mm.
Okay. Kids swearing on the podcast.
Oh, it's bad too.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Can I go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome to Due to Underwhelming Demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, Ontario, Canada. ForestBrewery.com. That's Forest with a 4estbrewery.com.
Yes, number 4, EST.
We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. We used to have a little radio show. We have an even littler podcast, but it's sponsored by a brewery.
It's sponsored, that's
Hang
right.
on.
We
No one ever
couldn't do any
sponsored
better.
The radio show, by the way.
Yeah, nobody ever sponsored us, like solely, like title sponsor.
Got it. Oh, what are you having today for me? Oh, I guess you shouldn't say.
No.
I'm having a delightful
Forest Brew.
Forest beer. It's a Helles lager. It's really good.
Have you been drinking that since last week?
With the same one? No, Rachel.
not the same one.
Not the same one.
I
Rachel.
know you went and bought a bunch.
I did. I bought some. I have
And?
some. I recommend. It's it's a nice
Okay.
beer. It's a good beer.
It's conveniently available at all London LCBOs, the
That's
beer
right.
store in
At the
London,
beer store, yep.
on tap at select restaurants.
Yep.
Mhm.
Not available in Nova Scotia yet, but we're working on it.
Okay, good. I had a friend say to me, "You didn't tell me that there was a new brewery," and I was like, "Well, there is, and they sponsor our podcast."
There you go.
And I'm going to her house this weekend, and I'll bring some.
Well, and you should. You
Mhm.
should. You need to try. And listen, by the way, we just found out that we have gone over 10,000 downloads on our
Yeah.
podcast. How about that?
Thank you so much. 10,000 downloads in 9 episodes.
Not bad.
This is our 10th now,
Hmm.
but this happened before our 10th,
A
which is
lot of-
unreal.
It's a lot of wasted time.
It is. And
For us or for you?
Both.
Yeah.
well,
Definitely both.
I think both.
Yeah.
And we now have, and this is even a bigger deal, I think. We officially have more likes than Kanye. So,
Do we?
Yes. yes.
Kanye's gone downhill. Yeah.
Well,
him
you
and-
didn't have
him
to
and-
say that.
What
Him
happened?
Him and Elon.
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have enough money now we can buy ourselves a blue check mark?
$8 a month.
Hey.
I think we might be able to afford that.
We could
Yeah.
maybe get a blue check mark. Yeah,
First,
that
we have
might
to
be.
pay for our podcast platform and a few
yeah.
other things. So
Yes,
yeah.
we do have to pay
Very
for
good.
something. All right. Thank you for downloading and for your support. And if you support us and like listening to this podcast, try Forest beer because it's good. Okay, they're supporting us, so you want to
They
support
are.
them.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Sure.
Coming up, we're going to read some emails. I'm going to try to find out what I did to your mother-in-law to put myself not in her good books form, and I don't get it. Good idea, bad idea is coming up.
Yes.
And but right now, Rachel, do you have any fun facts?
I sure do.
It's almost like we planned it.
Yeah. Rachel's Fun Facts is back.
Usually factual, occasionally fun.
Okay.
Okay, these are. I've been saving these because I acquire them and I don't do them every week anymore. So
Really? You don't do
so-
them for the family?
No,
On a dinner time
No,
entertainment
but
routine?
Friday night fun facts, kids.
Your family plays
My
board
kids-
games. Rachel has to listen to facts.
no, I regale the facts. I
Yeah.
don't listen to them.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's anyway. People do send me facts from time to time, and I
Good.
appreciate that.
Good,
so
good.
yeah, if you come across any, you can send them right over. Okay, let's start with this one. Ernest Hemingway, you know him, you love him, right? Ernest Hemingway.
What everybody says about Ernest Hemingway.
I think wasn't he a drunk? I don't know.
He
I
was
think
a
he
writer, I think.
Yeah, but I think he was an alcoholic.
Oh, okay, maybe. I don't
Anyway,
know.
He often apparently told friends and family that he thought the FBI, take a drink, Dave. He thought the FBI was following him, Ernest Hemingway would tell everybody. But they just told him, oh, you're paranoid, of course, because what else would you say? Years after he died, the FBI released files showing that they had been following him and bugging his phones for the last 20 years of his life.
Rachel's Fun Facts.
What?
I know, but he's dead, Rachel, so
Okay.
that's an interesting fact.
Yes, that's like mind-blowing.
But there's nothing fun about any of that.
Thanks for the fun fact. A fun fact about the dead alcoholic being followed by the FBI.
Yes. Wonderful
it's fun for
fact.
everybody except him.
This
You know?
is the
Wasn't
footy.
wasn't that fun for us?
Yeah. Now this is
I
the
thought
mood
that'd
for the
be
whole
interesting.
episode. Is this?
Okay.
Yes, that's how we start.
Okay, fine.
It can only get better.
Boy, definitely our style. You know what? I like it now.
I do too. That is a good
Start
start.
with the down. You
Yeah,
know, we don't
sure.
set the bar too high around here. We've learned not to. It's
Yeah,
better not to
that's
set the
very
bar
true.
too
Yeah,
high.
We'll
Very
trip
true.
over it because you
All
know
right.
it's about ankle high.
I would like to be there on Friday night when you do that fun fact for your kids because they're gonna love.
Oh,
that.
they'll love that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, speaking of alcoholics, in a fact that surprises nobody. Dave, take a drink.
No,
Got your
no.
Okay.
I better not.
Okay.
All right.
In a fact that surprises no one, the faster you drink alcohol, the more likely you are to black out.
Rachel's Fun Facts.
So,
Uh-huh.
FYI for your Friday, Saturday night.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Also, okay, now this is kind of a theme of alcohol and paranoia today. Okay.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Oh, great.
alcohol.
I would
paranoia.
have.
And
I
you
would
thought
have.
it could
I
only
like-
get better. That's
I would have liked to
Yes.
have known that you were going to do that. This theme before I opened the beer.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
surprise. In 2008, in 2008, a Japanese man noticed that his food was going missing. So he installed a webcam and found that a woman had been living in his closet for a year.
Rachel's Fun Facts.
What? That's nuts.
Wait a minute. Did the webcam discover just that she was living in the closet, or did she take the food? Because inquiring
she's-
minds.
Yes,
Inquiring
she's also,
minds need to know.
I assume, doesn't explicitly say who's
Okay.
taking the food, but I would assume it was her.
Because
missing food.
that would be very unsatisfying if you
Sure,
you
yes.
put a camera in place and didn't find out who was stealing your food. However, I have somebody living
There's
in
a
my
woman
closet.
in my closet, but she doesn't eat.
Yeah, but I can confirm it wasn't
What a-
her, so who knows?
What a disappointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
There's still another
disappointing.
mystery to solve. You're right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Fair
Okay.
point.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to here we go. Okay, this actually helped me because we were really sick last week, my whole family.
hmm
And so
There's a lot of that
saw
going
this-
around, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible and it lingers and lasts forever. It wasn't COVID, but it's just a terrible flu.
hmm
Chicken noodle soup can actually help relieve cold and flu symptoms.
I've heard that. Yes.
And that's a fact because I tried it last
Mhm.
week because I knew about this
Mhm.
and it worked. I did feel good after. I mean, it didn't cure me, but it helped really. It's like, helped.
Yeah. You know what else helps you when you're sick and you don't feel very well?
Your beer?
Make you feel. Yes. I don't.
Alcohol and paranoia.
It doesn't cure you, but I know that I feel better. That's-
Okay.
Heard
that's okay.
specifically a Hellas Lager from Forest Brewery.
Ah,
exactly
okay.
right.
All right.
That's exactly right.
Well, worth a shot, eh?
Yeah,
Worth a
exactly.
shot.
Sure.
Okay, and a couple more here. Booby trap. The word booby trap spelled backwards. What do they call those when you're spelling this? Anyway, the same word back and forth. This isn't that though.
Homonym. No.
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
an anagram,
It's
isn't it? It's
anagram
I
and
think so.
enneagram.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, this isn't that though. Booby trap spelled backwards is party boob.
Rachel's Fun Facts.
Really? How did I not discover that when I was in grade 5? Can you write it on a calculator?
You can write boobies on a calculator.
You sure
I know,
can.
8,008.
Yep.
Oh, is it? I forgot that. That's so funny.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, two more here. Smarter people tend to underestimate themselves, while ignorant people are more likely to think they're brilliant. So if you come across someone who really thinks I'm I know it all.
Mhm.
I'm brilliant,
Mhm.
above average.
Mhm.
You can, I guess, conclude that they are in fact ignorant.
Rachel's Fun
But if you come across 3 people who willingly label themselves as underwhelming,
Sure. Yeah. Here we are.
geniuses.
Geniuses. That's right.
Okay. So if you're one of the ignorant people, though, good news and our last fun fact of the day.
Well, there's more.
There's one last one.
more.
That was only half the fun.
That
I
was
thought-
half the fun
I
because
thought
this
that-
is they
I
go
was
together.
sure I heard the bell, but anyway,
No,
whatever.
there's one more.
Okay.
Good news for the ignorant.
Okay.
Having sex can stimulate the growth of brain cells.
Rachel's Fun
How that?
I believe my wife's too smart to fall for that. So
It's going to go over real well with the family.
Which one? Being dumb?
yeah. All right. Whatever. That was funny.
Sex part.
Oh.
True.
Mm.
The sex part. This is due to underwhelming demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, forestbrewery.com. That's Forest with a 4 est. E-S-T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're great.
brewery.com.
Dave's drinking one right now.
I am. Well, it's sitting here. I'm not. Actually,
It's it's a really cool company because they like put money back into planting trees and protecting the tree cover.
they promise up to
Anyway.
up to 4% is to help reforest or look after the trees here in the Forest City.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a bad thing.
We'll tell you more about them in a little bit. So
Yeah.
thanks, Forest
Okay.
Brewery.
But it is time now for good idea, bad idea.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
Okay, what do you got today?
Well, a couple things. Foreman, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Maybe we should get this out of the way because I know if anyone saw this, you would be thinking of me, I'm sure, very fondly. Because it's time to buy your horse a pair of Mare Jordans. The company
Really?
is trying to bring street style to the equestrian world by making custom designed high-end sneakers for that special stud in your life.
I love
Really?
this.
Really?
I love this
Really?
just for you, Foreman.
They are
I really do.
Horse
idea.
sneakers that cost about $1,200 per hoof.
What?
And they look like they're wearing like Nike's sneakers.
Oh, don't
They
do that.
actually
you
do.
Can't. Yeah, don't do.
Yes.
You shouldn't do that to a horse.
Okay, that's
It's
a bad
fine.
idea.
Bad
Yeah,
idea.
you don't want to do that to
There's
a
a
horse.
picture
Who's
here. Your horse
buying
will
these?
paint the town purple in these Nike Court Purple Air Jordans.
Although I would say that, and I know you guys are not really, and Foreman for sure is not into the Kentucky Derby,
Right.
for sure.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Rachel doesn't understand what. We watch the Derby every year. I don't, and we bet, and we have friends that bet, and all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, if those horses are running around wearing Mare Jordans
Mare
in-
Jordan.
in the Kentucky Derby, that's a sight.
It's
that's
a sight.
a sight.
Yeah.
That's a sight.
I guess if you're in the Derby, you're spending a lot on the horse. Like $1,200 per shoe is not. It's probably not going to break your bank.
It's
if
probably
you're-
the cheapest thing most horse owners buy for their damn horses.
Do you want to tell us how you know about that,
Yeah.
Just gonna
Foreman?
hit the bad idea sound effect and
Okay.
go on to something for Dave, though.
Oh, I don't want to ring
All
the
right.
bell. I
No.
rang the bell. I'm sorry about that. I
Oh.
don't want to ring the bell. I felt like I should bail Foreman out of that. If
Thank you.
for those who don't know, Mom liked horses better than Foreman is an issue.
I'm pretty
and-
sure everyone knows now.
Okay, all right, Foreman. What else you got? What do
Unless
you
you're
got?
just starting the podcast now, and we suggest starting at episode 1.
Foreman's childhood trauma includes Windsor the horse.
Yes, of course.
Mm.
Yes.
Dave's adulthood trauma may include puzzles.
Oh, I hate them.
You
I
do
just.
not. You do puzzles every year.
No, but I
every
never-
Christmas.
How many have I finished, Rachel? None.
Well, you try, and then it's missing a
right
piece or something.
I'm writing to puzzle companies all over North America. There's something wrong with your puzzle.
Mhm.
I
I
hate
can't
them.
figure it out.
I hate them.
Well, just in time for the holiday season, Dave,
Uh-huh.
Costco is selling a 60,000 piece jigsaw puzzle
Whoa.
that measures 29 feet wide and 8 feet long.
That's awesome.
60,000 pieces.
That's awesome.
That doesn't even fit in a room.
No,
That's
Where are you going to do this puzzle?
maybe on Dave's big deck. I don't know.
yes. I got a big deck. You can put it there.
Great big deck. I've
Yeah,
seen
but
it,
you know
yeah.
what? I mean, it's going to take you a while to do that. So you make sure, you may want to get it done before it snows.
Right.
It's
Needs to be
essentially
weatherproof.
60 1,000 piece puzzles that you will put together.
Wow.
61,000. I stopped doing 1,000 piece puzzles because it's too much. I will only do 750 and less.
750? You don't do
750.
750? You won't do
No,
1,000?
I don't. No, because it's too tedious. It's too much. I want to get it done within a week or less. The 1,000 pieces is too. It's too tedious.
Rachel, just download one of those little puzzle apps on your iPad.
Yeah.
Where you just float the pieces in.
Oh,
like they.
No.
That's
not a real puzzle.
That's tailor made for you.
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
It's not too much.
Preferably do it on an iPad instead of your phone, and do it in public with the volume maxed out.
Yeah,
Yes,
max
it's
the
like the
volume up.
elevator music in the background.
So we can all hear it. Yes,
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
Look, no, that's a bad idea. I mean, I got no room for a puzzle like that. I
Yeah,
don't know
who's
who
doing
does.
this puzzle? 60,000 pieces. Where are
don't
you
know.
setting this up?
Mm.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, $600.
Bad idea.
$600.
Of course. Of course. it is.
Wow.
It's a lot of money.
You'd need like
No.
a whole barn to do that in.
Don't,
bad idea.
Don't go back to the horses.
It's a bad
Sorry,
idea. It's
sorry.
a bad idea. Let's not do
It's
that.
too much trauma.
I have one for you, and I absolutely love this. I don't know. I want one of these, and I don't even work anymore.
Okay.
I don't do anything.
Right.
But Volkswagen
Volkswagen.
has created a high-tech office chair.
Okay.
This office chair travels at 12 miles per hour.
What?
It travels.
Yes,
Oh, that's kind of
It-
fun. I like that.
it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I like that.
And now I know because Forman's laughing because it sounds like it might be dangerous. Correct?
Does it have a seatbelt?
It
right.
might be
yeah.
dangerous.
If your office has stairs, could be dangerous.
Might be dangerous. But it has 360-degree collision avoidance sensors.
Wow.
You can't even run into a wall.
Okay.
Which,
Can you fall down a flight of stairs though?
Well, you might be. Well, I don't know.
I'm just thinking about, the radio station we used to be at, the building that we were in. There were stairs all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Well-
So that would be my only question. But
I wasn't-
otherwise, I think this is a fantastic idea.
Well, now that it's got collision avoidance sensors, I'm out. Because
Oh,
the
you
wh-
want to be like bumper cars.
Yes, that's the whole point of this.
Okay.
Everybody needs one of these in the office. And then you turn it into nobody can stand Rachel. Let's see if we can knock her around the room.
Oh, come on.
It's like bumper cars. That's exactly what it is.
Everybody would play bumper cars. Everybody would constantly have bruised knees,
Yes.
and they would just be running it. Yeah,
You do it on
you'd for
purpose.
sure
It's
get
like
hurt.
the in-office version of hopping in a shopping cart and launching yourself at your friend.
Exactly.
Imagine if they had these on the show The Office. That would have been a whole
Mm.
episode.
Yes.
True.
Look, have you never heard of the Office Olympics where you try to get your chair who can get their chair going the fastest?
Yeah.
This is part of it.
Imagine
It's-
Jim and Dwight going 12 miles an hour at each
Actually,
other.
that would be funny.
There you
I
go.
don't want you guys and your knobby little knees coming at me.
Wait a second. Which one of us has knob? Apparently both of
yeah,
us.
we'll leave it there.
All right. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, Ontario, Canada. Forest. I feel like I'm doing Tom Hanks. Forest. I don't mean to do that. It's Forest Brewery, like that's what it is, but it's spelled with a 4 and an EST.
Right.
That makes it easy to find. forestbrewery.com. Look them up and find out a little bit more about them. Because you found out a little bit more about them too, Rachel. This is interesting.
Well, I did find out that one of the guys, the brewery was founded by two lifelong friends. This is what they've told us,
Mhm.
with a vision of protecting and expanding the tree cover. So 4% of their proceeds go to expanding and protecting London's tree cover, right? And we did mention that. But then I found out that one of these guys is a resident, like a medical doctor, a resident.
Wow.
So he's a doctor. So he's very busy. He's a doctor, still going through residency, also has a brewery now. So he's a busy guy.
Well, wait a second here, though. Does that not indicate to you that beer's good for you? Right?
Sure. I mean, if a doctor made it, I mean, it's got to be good for you.
Now we're
Right?
not going to. Look, we can't make this
In moderation.
This is an assumption,
Obviously.
not necessarily a fact.
Okay.
And I hope we're not in trouble for it, but that's interesting. That's fascinating.
If that's the
Well, they're-
connection you want to make, then that's on you.
Listen, these are successful people, and they've made a very successful beer. Dave, you say you love it. You've been drinking them all
Look,
week long.
it's a delightful beer. It really is. If you're new to craft beer, this beer will, I think you will really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get it anywhere in London at the LCBO.
Yep.
You can get it at the beer store and select restaurants. How about
Yes,
that?
they've got it on tap at some restaurants here too. Right.
Yeah. You just go to their website, forestbrewery.com, Forest.
Number 4.
For
Yeah. EST Brewery.
ESTbrewery.com.
That's right.
And you'll get a full list of where their beer is available. Try it. You'll like it.
Yeah. I love that our first sponsor is a brewery, by the way.
So
Love
do
it.
I.
It's very fitting.
I'll be back there at Christmas.
Oh, will
and
you?
The first thing I will purchase while at a London LCBO will be a
Of course
Forest
it will
beer.
be. Of course it will
Okay.
be.
Good.
Although, if they want to send care packages,
Yep.
we can let them know where
If
we
you're
are.
coming home, we all have to get together, Foreman.
We could
Make-
I
make
wonder
time
if-
for us.
if we have time to do an in-person in the same room edition of the podcast.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
Oh, Dave's already
Yeah.
shaking his head.
I feel like that's not maybe a great idea.
I can give you all the respiratory diseases that have been floating around Nova Scotia.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
same.
All right, thank you.
Me too.
Forestbrewery.com. Try them. You'll
Yeah.
like them. This is due to underwhelming demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman. And on the last podcast, Forman, we were discussing your mother-in-law, which is always dangerous.
Yes.
You know, when you're bringing your mother-in-law into the radio show, because you never know what's going to happen. This is a podcast, so I figure what could go wrong. Because I used to refer to my in-laws as Al and Peg, and I
And
almost
how did they like that?
at one point I think there was some rumblings where they weren't that thrilled, but then they
Sure.
it just kind of went up. But I didn't think on the podcast we could, so you brought up the fact that your mother-in-law had been down
Yes.
visiting in Halifax.
Yes.
And shame on you for moving her daughter
far
and
away.
her grandchildren so far away from where they
For
live.
the second time.
Yeah,
in her life.
That's right.
The second time.
So anyway, keep pointing that out.
Take
So
that
anyway,
up, take that up with the old radio station.
so anyway, so we were having a little discussion about that, and the one thing that she's staying with you, and so she's helping with the laundry, and she's folding laundry,
Yeah.
which included
My underpants.
your underpants.
Underpants. Yeah, that's never fun.
That's right. And I found that for some
Hilarious.
reason both fascinating, funny, and probably, if she were ever to hear about it, problematic. But I thought, let's talk about it. What are the odds?
Right.
What are the odds?
She
Well,
won't listen to.
yeah,
She doesn't
sure.
listen to Foreman.
I mean,
She wouldn't listen.
does she know what a podcast is? Does she
Well-
know how to download one? Well, it turns out
She does.
she does, and
Oh,
we
boy.
did actually talk about your mother. You read us a critique from your mother-in-law. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
that was
I
how it all started.
completely forgot.
I
Yeah,
love that she listens and then
Mm.
critiques the show.
Yeah.
I love it.
A couple
It
years
gives
ago, we
it-
actually gifted her because she was listening to the radio in the kitchen off like an old timey clock radio. We're like, well, you can't. You need like
You need a real
a
one.
radio. So we got her like a boom box that had a CD and a radio.
Oh,
and
wow.
The Bluetooth. So you can open up the app, stream it to Bluetooth,
All
and
that
you
stuff.
listen to whatever you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
What a lovely gift. What a wonderful son-in-law you are.
Mhm. Well, she never used
Very
that feature,
thoughtful.
and now she has an Alexa. So now she's saying, "Hey Alexa, play Hot Country 103.5," and "Hey Alexa, play the Due to Underwhelming Demand podcast."
Right.
Which
right.
is easy to do. You
Yep.
can do that. So anyway, she listened to the last podcast
Mhm.
and sent you a message.
Good
Do you
thing
mind?
she-
Do you mind reading the message? I mean, I don't think it matters now.
Well, I would
No.
before I read the message, I would say, good thing she hasn't also said, "Hey Alexa, listen to the Melody and Forman podcast," because this topic was discussed on that show as well, and had some listener feedback.
Oh,
good.
good.
Oh, good.
Oh, I
All
would
right,
like to
that's
hear that even.
Mhm.
Delightful. So let's see. What does she have to say?
Sorry, Marlene. First of all,
Oh yeah.
I'm settling in here to listen intently.
Wait a minute. Let me
Go
get
ahead,
Let
Foreman.
me get a beer. Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
it starts with, "Okay, Foreman, you are
Which is
in-
not what she calls you, I know.
My name is Andrew.
Uh-huh.
You are in for it when you visit at Christmas. I'm going to Canadian Tire to purchase those bungee cords, and you and your luggage are riding home from the airport strapped to the roof of my car. I will even drive past Rachel's house,
Okay.
who is now definitely my favorite on the podcast,
Oh.
and honk the horn on the way by.
I like that a lot. Why am I the favorite? What did I do?
I really never paid much attention to your undies or their condition. But maybe you should ask Santa for thermal long johns. It might get a little chilly cruising along the 401 doing 120 kilometers an hour.
Amazing.
We'll have our own little Christmas vacation movie thing going on. First thing I just want to say.
That's the best. I think.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Perhaps Marlene could be a part of the show
Yes,
too. If she
I
would
think
like.
Marlene should be a part of the show, actually.
Well,
I,
maybe if she ever went to 120, then we could talk.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
Oh my
Sounds
God.
like-
Or
Now
my
you're in trouble.
dad,
We
No.
for
really
that
need you
matter.
to come pick us up, so you're very
Yeah.
safe.
Now
Thank
you're
you for
in
being
trouble
such a
again.
safe and great driver.
Can I though? I have one issue with Marlene.
Oh, you have an issue.
I have an issue now. I've met your father-in-law,
Yes.
and he's a great guy.
Yep.
Really is a great guy. But I don't believe that in person that I've met Marlene. But Marlene,
Oh, you haven't? I've met her a lot.
Well,
have you?
Yes,
if
she's
you
wonderful.
have and you've just said you don't remember, then you're making your case worse.
No,
Yeah.
Dave doesn't remember meeting
I don't remember
anyone, so it
meeting
doesn't
anybody.
really-
So no, that's not.
Dave re-meets literally everyone.
It wouldn't be
Us
unusual.
every single week.
It wouldn't be
Who are
unusual.
you guys again?
Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't be unusual if I'd met Marlene and I don't remember doing that because that's my life. I don't remember meeting people.
Mhm.
Anyway, but I don't understand how Rachel is Marlene's favorite and how I got. I'm pretty sure you're her least favorite.
Yeah, I
Pretty
can
sure.
see why I moved down a couple.
You've moved down, but I don't know. I don't understand how I got in the middle.
What did I do right last time? I can't remember.
I don't know because you were the
Something
one.
good.
As I recall, you were the one swearing at the poor Kevin, the bird, and I didn't swear at him. That was you,
Kevin the bird.
Yes,
Derek.
Derek. Was it Derek the
I
bird?
don't remember.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't remember anything.
Kevin's a better name for a dog anyway.
Kevin
but,
is a great name for a dog. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Derek is a better name.
So now you want to move up the list past
well,
me.
I just
I think the list of Marlene's favorites goes me, then Dave, then Foreman.
that's what I think too. But I don't know
I don't
how
think
it's
you're going to
not.
surpass me
Well, I don't know why it's not you and me and then Foreman.
evenly.
Yes,
No,
that's all.
I
That's-
do because you don't remember meeting her.
Nope. That's irrelevant. Come on. That's irrelevant. Anyway, Marlene, please text Foreman and let us know. Anyway,
Any other things you want us to know?
yeah, anything.
Anything at all.
Yeah.
We love
Now,
it.
if you're going to spend a big long text criticizing Dave, probably won't be on the next podcast. Just letting you.
That one
Just-
got lost.
Yeah, just letting you know, Marlene. Okay, just letting you know. Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm in shit.
You
Really?
are. You really are. This is due to underwhelming demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, forestbrewery.com. Check them out. Go to the LCBO in this area, the London area, or a beer stores and pick some up. It's good stuff. It's good beer. I like
Absolutely.
it. I enjoy
Thanks
it.
for this. Thanks for sponsoring.
Yeah, and if you know or would like to sponsor our little podcast, let us know. You can get a hold of us, daverachelforman@gmail.com. There's no E in Forman.
No. But
There's an A, but no E.
No, exactly. And Canada Post has very good shipping options to Nova Scotia.
Okay,
so.
there you go. All right. Just before we leave, speaking of emails, we have some.
Oh, yeah. I love reading your emails each week. This has now become a thing because we get so many from you. So thank you very much.
I know. I had to create theme music for the emails.
Did you?
Awesome.
Music.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good.
Thank
I'm
you
glad.
for that.
Yes. Okay. Well, this one's from Linda Winteringham. She says, best one yet. This was from last week. I laughed so hard. It was good to hear you guys a little longer. You're getting into a groove, and that is great. Keep up the great work. Makes me look forward to Tuesday morning.
Okay.
I'm glad.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Linda,
Linda, I didn't know that we had gotten, to my knowledge, I don't think we've ever gotten into a groove.
No.
Not at all.
More and more long-winded.
Well, that's a fact. That's true.
That's true.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, this one's from Chelsea Unger. She says, hey, Dave, Rachel, and Forman. I've been listening to you for years, decades for Dave, LOL.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's right. Okay, perfect.
Okay. And I'm so happy the three of you are back together again. I was so upset when Forman all of a sudden left without us really knowing why. Yeah, and we couldn't say anything, unfortunately,
no, we weren't
and
allowed.
that really sucked for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1.
Episode 1.
For years and years, I've been wondering what Forman's real name is. I don't know why this has always been a burning question, but then it finally was revealed in the horse episode. We learned that it's Andrew.
Oh.
It is.
It is Andrew.
Thanks for finally solving that mystery for me. Keep up the phenomenal work.
Not
From
Cosmo.
Super fan, she says.
It's not Cosmo. It's
Chelsea.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Cosmo Kramer.
Oh. This is we're recording this on a day where we had Tim Hicks playing in Halifax,
Mm-hmm.
and this morning he was telling me that he used to be in a band where the drummer's name is Andrew Gordon.
Oh,
And he every time he sees me, he's like, "Oh, right, because you're Forman, but your real name's Andrew Gordon, and I had a drummer." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
and you're also a drummer, Andrew.
Yeah,
Forman.
well, I guess that's the other part of it that makes it.
There's
slightly
2
more
drummers named Andrew Gordon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Whoa. Mind
It's
blown.
like the Twilight Zone in here.
No kidding.
All right.
Mm.
This one's from Nicole Smalley? I don't know. Nicole. Anyway, Nicole says, whoop, whoop. Congratulations on your podcast. I was just recently informed of it, and I'm dying. It's so funny. Well, I'm glad that you found us. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I just listened to your podcast. Rachel is a sports expert. Y'all said people who live in Saskatchewan don't actually want to be there. Lies. LOL, my sister and her husband moved from Ontario to Cara Valley, Saskatchewan. Is that right, Forman? Forman, you lived there.
I did live there, and I've never heard of that place.
Oh, anyway, she says, they love it there. When I say it's the tiniest, flattest hamlet, if that's what it is, I could never live there, though. LOL, she says, but they love it.
Yeah.
So not everyone hates Saskatchewan.
No,
Forman.
that was my point. The people who are from there don't realize there's a world outside of that
No.
rectangle.
No,
Although-
they moved there from Ontario, she
Yeah.
says.
Well,
Anyway.
you should be able to see the rest of the world from
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
I've probably seen that
damn.
hamlet.
Yeah, you probably have.
So damn flat.
So that's from Nicole. Thank you very much.
so flat.
And this is kind of a long one from Cassandra Marriott. And she says, hi, crew. I'm a longtime listener back from the Kim and Collins days,
Oh
which is
my.
before me.
Wow.
Just before me, actually.
Yes.
And remember vividly Rachel's first morning show with Dave. Really? You remember that? I barely remember that.
Barely.
I was in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you weren't even around yet.
You weren't even around.
Yeah, and then Forman was added to the mix. She says, at the initial time of Rachel's edition, I wondered if I would laugh so hard on my commute from Strathroy to London, and I quickly learned that I would laugh harder. Events, radio, wedding. What a shit show, she says. It was a lovely wedding, though.
Yeah, it was a nice
It was
wedding.
actually pretty well organized.
It was, yes. We had a whole team of people working on that.
Mhm.
Dear Dave and Rachel, will it flush? The list goes on.
Will it fly?
Will it
Remember Will It
flush?
Flush? Yeah,
Love that game.
Best
Love that
Plumbing?
game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have many memories of you all over the years. It was truly disappointing when Forman, quote unquote, left the show,
Mhm.
as it was a loss for everyone. Yes, it was. I can't tell you
Mhm.
how thankful I am to hear you back together in an unfiltered platform. I listen to your podcast weekly at work and laugh right along with you, so much so that during this week's horse talk, that was last week, or maybe the week before, we've talked about
Could be.
horses a lot.
Could be.
A coworker sent a message to ensure I was okay. He thought I was crying.
Good.
I enjoy the banter, the jokes, the sincerity, and Foreman's voice pitch increase when he's defending himself.
I love that too.
That's true.
That's
I feel like I can see him being animated.
that's why we do it.
Yes.
Exactly
We
what it
love
sounds
it
like.
too.
You-
Yeah.
Yes,
We love it
you were
too.
truly a missed group. Looking forward to next week's episode from Cassandra. Thank
The
you very
one
much.
item I can distinctly remember, Dave, you flushing in particular, was an 8x10 glossy of Tucker and Taz.
Tucker and Taz. Tucker and Taz, yes. And fun fact,
because they just broke it up, I think.
yes, it was very rare.
It
As I recall,
yeah,
a very
they'd
rare.
all been burned.
A very rare, yes. And fun fact, it did not flush.
No,
It
no.
won't go down. It won't
Even
go
the
down.
toilet, not even the toilet wants that.
All right. Well, thank you for your emails. Don't forget you can email us at daverachelforman@gmail.com. And you can check out our socials and get a hold of us that way too. But thank you for your support. 10,000. 10,000.
I know. I
downloads.
can't believe we've
Amazing.
had 10,000 downloads in 9 episodes. Thank you so much. And if you can tell your friends about our podcast, we would love it, because the more people who listen, the more we can do this. So we
Yes.
hope
Like
you
we-
enjoy it. We hope
it's-
other people enjoy
It's
it.
like we booked a date at Budweiser Gardens and filled it.
Right? That's crazy.
Pretty much.
That's
much.
crazy.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.